Yo, what is up guys, it's Pedro here, and in today's video we'll be talking about Joey Bosa being released by I almost said San Diego Chargers, by the Los Angeles Chargers, and if the Washington Commanders should go ahead and sign him. They do have some ties with him. We'll talk about it in today's video. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button and that notification bell as well. Pre-recording this, so recording this on Wednesday night, will be posted Thursday afternoon-ish because I am going to be traveling. But it's a little bit of a surprise. The Chargers informed star pass rusher that he's being released. Saves them a lot of money, $25 million in cap space. So that's the reason they ended up making the move. They could have restructured, maybe looked at a trade. But at this point, in Joey Bosa's career, he's not worth $25 million a year, and dealing with a lot of injuries, and then just hasn't played to the same level he did before. But there was a Commanders reporter, insider, whatever you want to call him, that kind of hinted at maybe Adam Peters being interested. I don't think he was reporting or anything, but he suggested it at least. You have the Chargers tweet right here saying we've released Joey Bosa, and then you have him quote tweeting it with Adam Peters on the phone. So you can put two and two together, trying to figure out what he's saying. They're basically saying the Commanders should be, or maybe they will be, interested in Joey Bosa. He said, I don't know what Adam Peters thinks of Joey Bosa. I got the concerns about his age and injury history, but edge rusher is a big need, and I expect Peters to do serious due diligence on any talented edge rushers that come available. So he's saying that he thinks the Commanders will likely be interested. He's not for sure, but he thinks it's likely, so that's what the title of the video likely is talking about how the Commanders insider hints at it, and that's what he did. Nothing more than that. No reporting on it yet. Maybe by the time you're watching this video, things have changed. Maybe John Keim, JP Finley, or some ESPN reporters or whatever reported something about the Commanders checking in, but the connection is Adam Peters was in San Francisco when they did draft Nick Bosa, number 2 overall in the 2019 draft. And, I'm sure he has a relationship with Nick Bosa and, maybe the Bosa family. So maybe, it doesn't mean they're going to sign him, but there could be some interest, some mutual interest. Obviously, I think everyone, when they heard the news, I didn't even really think about it, but then I had other stuff to worry about in terms of traveling and stuff, but I was just, seeing tweets. And of course, the San Francisco 49ers come up from a lot of different reporters, and that does make a lot of sense. Obviously, Nick Bosa, Joey Bosa are brothers, and Nick Bosa isn't going anywhere, at least this year, most likely, unless something crazy happens. So if they want to play together, which, a lot of these guys do, when they're brothers or friends, and they have the opportunity to do so, right now is the best opportunity they're going to have. And Joey Bosa could go ahead, sign with the San Francisco 49ers, team-friendly deal, and probably start opposite of Nick Bosa. Obviously they have Eric Armstead. I believe he's still there, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. He's probably the favorite to go there. But Joey Bosa, it feels like he's been in the league forever. He's still 29 years old. It's crazy. Terry is older than him, I believe. Joey Bosa, 6'5", 280, played at Ohio State. Obviously, his brother played there too. Was drafted in 2016 and has been a stud for a while. The problem is he has injury issues. In his first year, he played 12 games. He had 10.5 sacks, which is insane for a rookie playing in 12 games, but had 10.5 sacks. The next year, 12.5 in 16 games. The year after that, had 5.5 sacks, played in 7 games. The next year, played in 16, had double-digit sacks. That's really the story of his career. If he plays a full season, he's going to get you double-digit sacks. If he doesn't, he won't. 2022, 2.5 sacks. I believe that might have been his torn ACL year. I think he had 1 or 2. 2020. Oh, no, that was it. I thought this right here was talking about him, but it's not. It's about Harold Landry. 6.5 in 2023 and 5 in 2024, and was voted as a Pro Bowler. So interesting there. If you look at his averages, 11.5 sacks a season on a 17-game pace, 25 QB hits, And then let's see, 0 safeties, 14 tackles for loss, 54 combined tackles. The thing that's interesting, right? You look at his career, or not career totals, but his totals for each season. Like, there hasn't been a lot of seasons where he hits his average 14 because he's injured so much. So, I guess it's not his average, it's his 17 game pace, but still, he has, let's see, 4 games or 4 seasons of double digit sacks. That's it. You would think it's more, but he's had a lot of injuries. So just something to consider with Joey Bosa. If he's down to do a 1-year deal, it would be, for cheaper, that would be fine. But I don't think the Commanders need to or should, mortgage a lot of their future, giving him a multi-year deal for a decent amount of money. I don't think that that's needed right now. I think they can go after other players, guys that have been more productive and are the same age as him, or someone that's younger. Like, I like Khalil Mack more personally. Let's look at his grades on PFF because I didn't watch a lot of Chargers football. So he was okay, 63.9, which is ranked 90th. His pass rush grade was 86, and his run defense grade was actually 19th, which is very good. And you guys see all the stats right here that PFF has. You got to take it with a grain of salt. But yeah, overall not awful. But is it someone you want to bring into the squad? You're going to have to pay a lot of money, or you might have to pay a decent amount of money for him. He's older. He has a lot of injury issues. I don't know. For me, it's probably a no. Maybe it's something you explore, but I just rather go after Khalil Mack or Myles Garrett, of course. I know Max Crosby just got extended. Trey Hendrickson, if he doesn't get extended. I know Sam Hubbard from the Bengals got released, but he's retiring. But, so maybe that makes it more likely Trey Hendrickson stays. Maybe it makes it more likely he leaves. I don't know. But it's all things to think about. And then you got the draft as well. That might just be the best opportunity for the Commanders. But even if they go after a guy in the draft, they still have to sign someone. They're losing Dante Fowler, most likely. And yeah, you got to bring someone in. So maybe it's Khalil Mack or another, Harold Landry, Hassan Reddick, some other free agents available. But they're going to have to bring in someone. So if they do bring in Joey Bosa, I don't think it's an awful move, but I know it's a big name. So a lot of fans, I'm not saying Commanders fans, just Commanders fans. It's every fan base. They're like, oh, big name, let's go ahead and do it. DK Metcalf, Joey Bosa. But sometimes the second or third tier guys are the ones to go after, like Christian Kirk. I think that makes a lot of sense for the Commanders. A guy that has experience with the OC. Cliff Kingsbury has had a 1,000-yard season and, close to 800, 900-yard seasons as well. So I think that's a good move, and you're not going to have to pay a lot for him. For me, that's a move I make over a trading for a DK Metcalf, where you're going to have to give up draft capital, likely at least a day 2 pick. You're going to have to give him a new contract when you already have Terry. You already have Debo under contract for at least 2025. So Christian Kirk makes more sense to me. Khalil Mack makes more sense to me than Joey Bosa. Even though Khalil Mack might not be the name he was, 4 years ago, he's still a pretty good rusher. He's actually very underrated if you look at his, grades and his stats. PFF had him as like the 5th best edge rusher. Obviously, you have to take PFF with a grain of salt, but still, very impressive season by Khalil Mack. So if they go ahead and explore a Joey Bosa signing, that's fine. I just think there's better options out there. But if it's a cheap deal, it's not a bad option as a starter. That if he plays healthy, he's good, but you still got Dorrance Armstrong there. Maybe you bring back one of the guys like Clelin Ferrell. You got Baptiste as well, and then you have the draft. If you want to draft a guy in the first and have him in that rotation and develop behind a Joey Bosa, who is a really good pass rusher when he is healthy. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. We'll be posting some more videos. Probably will be pre-recording some. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and peace.